but half of life is showing up, and so since Shelley didn't show up, he was in the training room in the tub, right? That's what I was saying back. But all of you know Coach Butch Jones, but I want to talk a little bit about the personal man here that we all got to know so well when he brought the Big East champion Cincinnati team down here to play in the Autozone Liberty Bowl, and what a great leader Butch was. And I'd love to talk about the facets of Butch Jones. And the first facet is his passion for life and for the game of football. And this is going back to when Butch was 18 years old, so that's 30 years ago. Those of the old heads in the audience know that we had the USFL going in the springtime. The USFL had some pretty good teams, some pretty good players. We had Reggie White here in Memphis, and Butch was up in Michigan, and a senior in high school. Since we played in the springtime, what is young people in the high school, their senior year on a Saturday night? It's prom time. And so Butch had his date. Saturday night was USFL night in the springtime in April, and so this is what you know that Butch was passionate about the game of football, because his senior prom date, they snuck out of the dance to go watch the USFL game on TV. So he's dedicated to football. But because he's so dedicated, first I'm going to talk about Butch the coach. He's got a 71-44 record in his 9 seasons as a head coach. And his teams have earned bowl appearances in 7 of those 9 seasons. Got one of the best cumulative records. Been the champion of the MAC, champion of the Big East, and he's contending right now, as you know, in the Southeast Conference. Last year with a 9-4 regular season record, and the best season for Tennessee since 2007, and they've won bowl games back-to-back for the first time in Tennessee since 1995. And as you know, they closed the season last year with a 45-6 win over number 13 Northwestern, and it was Tennessee's largest margin of victory in its storied bowl history. Now I want to talk a little bit about Butch, the recruiter. And this is an important night here, because what Butch has done in the last few years is dominate recruiting. He's had top 5 teams each year, and he's done that by getting the very best players from the state of Tennessee. As I look at this statement here, the very best players in the state of Tennessee is who he has taken and built a wonderful program at UT, getting all the top recruits in Tennessee to sign for them. So he can't talk to you tonight, so he's sending a message up here. I can feel the vibrations going on. So he's a wonderful recruiter, and that's because he takes care of his players. Their sons, as Father Viron so eloquently said, you talk to any of his players, whether they're playing in the NFL now. I remember talking to Antonio Brown, a great wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he gives credit to Butch for making him the man he was. He was at Central Michigan with you, wasn't he, Butch? And all those players, whether they were at Central Michigan or whether it's Cincinnati and now at UT, they all appreciate his mentorship, his counseling, his coaching, his development of young men. Now I want to talk about Butch, the educator. And again, Father Viron spoke about this a little bit, but he's had great success with his young men in the classroom. And I believe I have this right, Butch, that the last 2 years, the program at the University of Tennessee has posted the highest GPAs grades in the program's history, in the history of the University of Tennessee. And they've increased the last 2 years. Even in the spring of 2015, it was the highest ever, in breaking the record from 2014. So Trey, since you're an academician, he takes care of the academic side as well at the University of Tennessee. So now we talked about Butch, the educator, the recruiter, the coach, and Father Viron mentioned the family man. When Butch was here, those of you who come to the Autozone Liberty Bowl, you know that we have the President's Gala the night before, and the tradition of the Autozone Liberty Bowl is to honor the head coaches' wives, because the head coaches get either too much credit or too much blame, but it's usually that wonderful wife there. So the coaches aren't allowed to come. The coaches' wives, we give them a beautiful piece of crystal when they speak. And to this day, his wife, Barb, gave one of the most eloquent and meaningful talks at our President's Gala. So Butch, please pass that along to Barb again. And of course, their 3 sons, as Father Viron mentioned, Alex, Adam, and Andrew. And Alex is now a kicker in his sophomore year at the University of Tennessee. So the family stretches everywhere. So Butch is he's the coach, he's the man, he's the recruiter, he's the educator, and a great friend, and a great guy. So let's welcome head coach of the Tennessee.
peace out the phones and work. But it's great to see everyone. It's kind of like coming back home. And I do want to apologize for our tardiness. I was in the training room helping give our team treatments after the team meeting, so that's kind of why we're a little bit late. But there's two important individuals I'd like to announce and introduce. Mike Bomer, who's our Assistant Athletic Director for football. Is Mike in here? Mike Bomer. And kind of the real head coach of our football family and our football organization, Ashley Smith. So to kind of give you an idea about, we wrapped up the game. Obviously, didn't go the way we wanted to, and part of the coaching profession, you have to shower up, put your coat and tie on, you have to go recruit. And we